Thunder in the clouds, 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 lightning in the sky. Friday night class, let the whole earth know who rides. Sons of thunder in the building, truth in the air. All praise the eye. Sons of thunder, let the whole room shake. Truth hit hard, let the falsehood break. Lightning flash every time we speak. All praise Yah, that's the power we keep. Sons of thunder, we was built for war. Boots on the ground, bring the law once more. And salute Yah, how, but the glory eyes. Friday night thunder, let the whole sky spark. When the storm roll in and the night gets still, that's the hour real man get forged by will, not by ego, not by fame, not by face, but by how you stand when the truth test fake. Sons of thunder hit a name, hit a weight like a drum in the chest when the remnant wait. Not a weak sound, not a soft parade, it's that iron and fire when the line get made. Friday night class, let the whole block hear. Truth so strong, make the demons fear. Every lie get stripped when the scriptures land, and the proud get checked when the words start slam. We ain't built from trends, we ain't built from views. We was built in correction, pain and truth. Street corners, cold nights, boots in prayer, thunder in the mouth, judgment in the thunder, let the whole room shake. Truth hit hard, let the falsehood break. Lightning flash every time we speak. All praise Yah, that's the power we keep. Sons of thunder, we was built for war. Boots on the ground, bring the law once more. Salute Yah, how, but the glory eyes. Friday night thunder, let the whole sky spark. This for the brothers that stood in the rain, still held the line when the world went strange, still cracked the book when the flesh they cray, still to them cousin ain't run from me. This for the fire and the voice of the camp, this for the men still holding the lamp, this for the truth when it strike like flame, this for the ones that ain't bold for fame. You can hear that storm when the lessons ride like a trumpet blast in the blackened skies. No man get crowned in the place he eye, but unaware on the do in the walk of law. So salute to your high, let's order in ranks, but we been at knee, only where it belongs, and thanks to the most high power that shook these bones. Now the thunder live in the hearts of grown and strong. Thunder, shake the ground, lightning, strike it down. Friday night, truth go live. Sons of thunder, shake the ground, shake the ground, shake the ground. Sons of thunder, sons of thunder, let the whole room shake. Truth hit hard, let the falsehood break. Lightning flash every time we speak. All praise Yah, that's the power we keep. Sons of thunder, we was built for war. Boots on the ground, bring the law one more. Salute Yah, how, but the glory eye. Friday night thunder, let the whole sky spark. Thunder in the clouds, thunder in the clouds, thunder in the clouds, thunder in the clouds. Thunder in the clouds, lightning in the sky. Friday night class, let the whole earth know who rides. Sons of thunder in the building, truth in the air. All praise the eye. Sons of thunder, let the whole room shake. Truth hit hard, let the falsehood break. Lightning flash every time we speak. All praise Yah, that's the power we keep. Sons of thunder, we was built for war. Boots on the ground, bring the law once more. And salute Yah, how, but the glory eyes. Friday night thunder, let the whole sky spark. When the storm roll in and the night gets still, that's the hour real man get forged by will, not by ego, not by fame, not by face, but by how you stand when the truth test fake. Sons of thunder hit a name, hit a weight like a drum in the chest when the remnant wait. Not a weak sound, not a soft parade, it's that iron and fire when the line get made. Friday night class, let the whole block hear. Truth so strong, make the demons fear. Every lie get stripped when the scriptures land, and the proud get checked when the words start slam. We ain't built from trends, we ain't built from views. We was built in correction, pain and truth. Street corners, cold nights, boots in prayer, thunder in the mouth, judgment in the thunder, let the whole room shake. Truth hit hard, let the falsehood break. Lightning flash every time we speak. All praise Yah, that's the power we keep. Sons of thunder, we was built for war. Boots on the ground, bring the law once more. Salute Yah, how, let the whole sky spark. This for the brothers that stood in the rain, still held the line when the world went strange, still cracked the book when the flesh they cray, still to them cousin ain't run from me. This for the fire and the voice of the camp, this for the men still holding the lamp, this for the truth when it strike like flame, this for the ones that ain't both for fame. You can hear that storm when the lessons rise like a trumpet blast in the blackest skies. No man get crowned in the place he eye, but unaware on the do in the walk of love. So salute to your high, let's order and rank, but we been at knee, only where it belongs, and thanks to the most high power that shook these bones. Now the thunder live in the hearts of Roman strong. Thunder, shake the ground, lightning, strike it down. Friday night, truth go live. Thunder, shake the ground, shake the ground, shake the ground. Sons of thunder, sons of thunder, let the whole room shake. Truth hit hard, let the falsehood break. Lightning flash every time we speak. All praise, yeah, that's the power we keep. Sons of thunder, we was built for war. Boots on the ground, bring the law one more. Salute ya, how, but the glory, Friday night thunder, let the whole sky spark. Thunder in the clouds, 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 lightning in the sky. Friday night clash, let the whole earth know who rides. Sons of thunder in the building, truth in the air. All praise the eye. Sons of thunder, let the whole room shake. Truth hit hard, let the falsehood break. Lightning flash every time we speak. All praise, yeah, that's the power we keep. Sons of thunder, we was built for war. Boots on the ground, bring the law once more. And salute ya, how, but the glory eyes. Friday night thunder, let the whole sky spark. When the storm roll in and the night gets still, that's the hour real man get forged by will, not by ego, not by fame, not by face, but by how you stand when the truth test fake. Sons of thunder hit a name, hit a weight like a drum in the chest when the remnant wait. Not a weak sound, not a soft parade, it's that iron and fire when the line get made. Friday night class, let the whole block hear. Truth so strong, make the demons fear. Every lie get stripped when the scriptures land, and the proud get checked when the words start slam. We ain't built from trends, we ain't built from views. We was built in correction, pain and truth. Street corners, cold nights, boots in prayer, thunder in the mouth, judgment in the air. Let the whole room shake. Truth hit hard, let the falsehood break. Lightning flash every time we speak. All praise, yeah, that's the power we keep. Sons of thunder, we was built for war. Boots on the ground, bring the law once more. Salute ya, how, but the glory eyes. Friday night thunder, let the whole sky spark. This for the brothers that stood in the rain, still held the line when the world went strange, still cracked the book when the flesh they cray, still to them cousin ain't run from me. This for the fire and the voice of the camp, this for the men still holding the lamp, this for the truth when it strike like flame, this for the ones that ain't both for fame. You can hear that storm when the lessons rise like a trumpet blast in the blackest skies. No man get crowned in the place he eye, but unaware on the do in the walk of love. So salute to your high, let's order and rank, but we been at knee, only where it belongs, and thanks to the most high power that shook these bones. Now the thunder live in the hearts of Roman strong. Thunder, shake the ground, lightning, strike it down. Friday night, truth go live. Thunder, shake the ground, shake the ground, shake the ground. Sons of thunder, sons of thunder, let the whole room shake. Truth hit hard, let the falsehood break. Lightning flash every time we speak. All praise, yeah, that's the power we keep. Sons of thunder, we was built for war. Boots on the ground, bring the law one more. Salute ya, how, but the glory, Friday night thunder, let the whole sky spark. Yeah, first, let the whole room stand. Truth in the air, let it move through the land. Friday night fire, let the whole place light. Sons of thunder, let the whole room watch. Salute the general, unawares due. For the labor, for the warnings, for the work so true. Salute the general. But the praise go high to the most high, only ruler of the sky. Salute the general. Let the whole camp know truth don't build itself. Somebody got the whole. Salute the general. But we keep it in line. Yeah, overall, that's the law every time. I seen men speak, but their words had no root. I seen loud talk die when it had no fruit. Then you see a man stand, yeah, after years, still feeding the flock, still making things clear. That take patience, that take burden and fire. That take discipline when the flesh want higher. That takes standing tall when the pressure get thick. Still keeping the book and the doctrine strict. So this one for the work and the way you carry. For the cold, nice teaching. For the truth kept married. To the law, to the order, to the field. Yeah, not bending for men, not changing the call. Oh, salute the general. I know where it's due. For the labor, for the warnings, for the work so true. Salute the general. But the praise go high to the most high, only ruler of the sky. Salute the general. Let the whole camp know truth don't build itself. Somebody got the whole. Salute the general. But we keep it in line. Yeah, overall, that's the law every time. Yeah. This is for the standard that was set in place. For the sharp correction, for the straight no chase, for the brothers built up under heavy instruction, for the men learning order instead of destruction. This is for the times when the message cut deep, when the class got still in the room, couldn't sleep, cause the truth hit hard when it come with weight, and a real leader don't always make it feel safe. Sometimes it stings, sometimes it exposes. Sometimes it show what a man don't know. But that's how I ain't get forged in heat. That's how lost men learn how to stand on their feet. No throne for flesh. Yeah, get the glory. Honor the labor. Now tell that story. Salute the general. Honor where it's due. For the labor, for the warnings, for the work so true. Salute the general. But the praise go high to the most high, only ruler of the sky. Salute the general. Let the whole camp know truth don't build itself. Somebody got the whole. Salute the general. But we keep it in line. Yeah, overall, that's the law every time. Y'all first. Truth next. Honor the labor, that's respect.
Welcome to Pillars of Rest, where you can find special material for our sisters, by our sisters. This is a Sons of Thunder exclusive platform focused on building, encouraging, uplifting, and engaging with the daughters of Zion. Here you'll find personalized and interactive content geared towards showing what it truly means to be a pillar of rest. Interviews, scripture breakdowns, tips on motherhood, marriage, and testimonials are just the beginning of the many things to learn from and enjoy in this program.
Brought to a lower state, you must learn to be patient. You come to serve the Lord, prepare your soul for temptation. Who trusted Yah was misled and not past generations. No one forsaken, you mistaken if you ain't obeying. No lying on no talebearing. Get thee behind me, Satan. That's my brother, no bloodshed. Get thee behind me, Satan. No,
Most people just wear clothes, but some wear a message. A reminder of who we are and who we stand for. This isn't fast fashion, it's covenant. It's culture, it's identity, built with purpose, designed to last, created for those who refuse to blend in. When you step out, let your garments speak. Before you do, join the movement.
I'm wearing an Israelite's brand.
That's when I be yelling, I'm Jew by blood. Y'all dudes not us. And I don't believe in y'all, but in y'all I trust. I'm just a common coolie commandment keeper. I know it's hard to live righteously in the land of evil. They got you feeling like damaged goods around damaged people. And truly life is a movie, just can't demand a sequel. Verily, verily, all you hypocrites, heresies and Pharisees only fear God, so I know the devil's scared of me. They stole us from our land, they stole our land.
Comely with a mouth full of gold and gold chains around our neck.
That's why they think of airing me, saying what God's saying, like a parakeet preparing for the
Shop the
land,
collection
like
now
Jeremy.
before it sells out. Click the link below and secure yours today.
I hope y'all like that. That was Supplication by Roy the Chef. It's dangerous out here. I hope you guys make it home safe.
Why is she evil?
Because like, yeah, they just say
Shit to a skull.
they just say evil for us. Like
She's just crazy.
Yeah,
Well, now he's saying. Yo, check it out. You ain't worried about that.
they're gonna show you that at the end.
So that he's got to knock him out in like 1 minute. That's probably
Yo, what was that about? Don't worry about it. You wouldn't understand.
Beard Icon. Elevate your beard experience. Beard Icon provides luxury beard care products for the distinguished gentleman. Have you been searching for the perfect grooming kit to complete your beard routine? Well, look no further. Featuring a balm, beard wash, conditioner, and 100% natural brush. And we can't forget the beard oil, packed with the essential ingredients guaranteed to give your beard the shine and luster you've been looking for. Get your luxury beard care kit while supplies last. It's going fast. Everybody wants one. And yes, I mean everyone. Order yours today. Don't wait. Use special code SOT to get 10% off your entire order. Beard Icon. Elevate your beard experience.
Yeah. We keep this. We keep this feast where the law draws near, where the past still breathes and the truth rings clear. 11 bread, lamb, and bitter herbs on the plate.
Passover 2026. Hey, be here. Zephaniah 2:1. Gather together, O nation not desired. There's nothing more beautiful than to gather with your brothers, sisters. We all got the same mind, same heart. We're going to love on each other. We're going to get some good word. Then we're going to get some good food. Hey, be here next year, 2027. Shalom.
Still love self, but still hate truth. But still fear man more than fear what's true. And Christ in the meaning, he the King of Kings, the unblemished lamb, the true offering. So we keep this feast with a humble mind, asking y'all purge what was left behind.
We keepin' Passover
With the blood in view,
sons of thunder,
trying to be made new.
pillars of rest,
Holding peace in place
and mercy still moving.
through the house by grace. Yeah.
We have to take the royalhood back. That's why we're here. That's right. A real nation starts with the transformation of the people. And the transformation of the people starts with you.
We can't forget the reason why we fell, but the Lord will still break what our own will build, still bring all men low to their face.
You gotta stop sinning. The brother told you earlier, if you came in here the same sins that you had last year, okay, you're not gaining no ground. Okay? You gotta repent. Alright? Move on and get ready for the next battle. Satan ain't gonna leave you alone. The dragon is wrong. Alright? For those that keep the commandments of God.
These are the instructions from a father to a son in Sirach. So he loved us enough not to keep it a secret for him and his boys. He taught it to us all. That's love. That's what we gotta do. We gotta stop this whole I love Israel, but Israel is my camp. My love is reserved. My love ain't reserved for just SOT. I don't care what camp you're in. You an Israelite, what's up? You hungry? Thirsty? And when we rise from the table, let it live in the walk, in the way that we build, in the way that we talk. Cause the feast ain't full if it ain't in a song. And gotta live in the soul when the days move on. As we sit here together to reenact this Last Supper that we about to do, that's what y'all excited for, Con? We about to reenact the Last Supper and give our reverence to Yahweh Shah. We're not doing the Last Supper. Y'all think we're doing the Last Supper because we keep the commandments perfect? And we actually follow the law the way the Israelites was doing it in the BC days? That was the thing? No. We do these things to the best of our ability. Earnest. With all our whole soul, our whole heart, and our whole mind. That is the best of your ability.
Younger brothers, they're not here. And then I start asking the Most High, why? How come I'm the only one out of my whole family that you didn't take me? And then it just came to me. He said he was saving me for a purpose. And so that's my reflection on it. And I hope some of you take this to heart. You're going through your lives, things get hard for you. But you got to remember that the Most High is running the show. You do what he say, you can expect great things to come. So that's my reflection. I hope is, a lot of you take this to heart. When things go bad, just think of, man, it ain't gonna be bad like this all the time. Because we're his chosen children, and he works mysteriously, and we can't figure it out, but that's how it is with the Most High. He ain't gonna tell you what he gonna do. He just do it. You pray and you ask for stuff. Hopefully you ask for stuff that's not vain. Like, hey, I like some hair. That's vanity, really. I'm all right. But that's my reflection. I hope you take this to heart. So with that, I'm gonna give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai. Shalom. Y'all take it easy.
Shalom, shalom. Shalom, Israel. Let me know if my mic is coming through loud and clear on the YouTube, and we'll get started. Let me know if my mic is coming through loud and clear. I'm looking at the chat. Peace, all praises. Peace and safety to the elect in the four corners of the earth. My name is Brother Joel. I am the lead instructor of the Sons of Thunder Israelites. It is my pleasure to have class with you this evening. Tonight's class is called the Hamite Theory. There are other names for what I am about to discuss. That's what I chose to name the class, to keep it simple. Tonight, we're going to discuss something that is very complex. If this is your first time
studying with the Sons of Thunder Israelites. This is an advanced class. This is not beginner or intermediate. I have those classes. I recommend you watch those. This particular class is an advanced class. This is going to require high-level spiritual fortitude and thinking. If you are troubled by some of the statements I made tonight, I want you to bring them up tomorrow during our Sabbath class. Okay? We have multiple classes during the week. Tuesday, SOT Watchtower channel, 8:45 p.m. Thursday, C4N, right here, 8:45 p.m. with Captain Micaiah. Friday night Sabbath, that's where you are right now. After hours, SOT Bay Area channel, 11:45 rather, p.m. Eastern. And that's for my brothers on the West Coast time. That's why they start so late. Then tomorrow, bar for bar. Saturdays, 11:30 a.m., 12 o'clock, sometimes 12:30. Them brothers, man, you know, they got a lot to do. Then Sundays, Prove All Things, SOT Chicago channel. Monday, SOT Quishash channel. If you're watching the YouTube, you can see all the names of the channels. Just go subscribe right now. Don't wait. If you're not liking our videos, if you're not commenting on our videos, YouTube doesn't care that you're subscribed to our channel. You're not going to see our content. If you're not liking our videos, if you're not subscribed to our channel, YouTube doesn't care that you watch a SOT video from time to time. If you don't take that extra step, they are not going to publish our material into your feed. Take the extra step. Like, subscribe, leave a comment. You will change our lives over here. If you do those three things, you will send us to the moon. I'm begging you. Plus, we deserve it. This is really good content. Tonight's class is about the revival of white nationalism in the church and how dangerous and harmful it is, because its origins were the determining factor in our slavery, in our subhuman treatment, in our subjugation, in our moral and mental disrespect that has lasted for over 1,500 years and some. Human nature works a certain way. Human beings have empathy. We have compassion. We have understanding. We have caring. We have reverence. We have respect. How can people treat Native Americans, Hispanics, and most of all, Black people, so-called African Americans, our brothers in the Caribbean? How can they treat us so evil publicly for so long and sleep at night? It is because it has been religiously ingrained in them that we are subhuman and deserving of that treatment. That indoctrination has been bred into the enemy that we live close proximity with, and he's in denial as to why he has a natural disdain for us, and he has to try not to be racist. Oh, Joel, what are you talking about? You're just making that up. Am I? Tonight, I'm going to show you some very powerful information. But first, I want to show you the revival of white nationalist hate speech presented as biblical doctrine, which has a military purpose. And that military purpose is to indoctrinate the Caucasian listener, affecting his mind, controlling his behavior towards my people. This is a religious hypnotism. It's in their blood. And you want to say that I'm making that up. Let's get right to the thing, man. This is a white nationalist pastor named Dale Partridge. Kingsway Reformed Church. I need you to understand already that it's starting. Don't tell me it's no sound. Why is no sound? This devil's starting already, bro. I'm about to throw my glasses against the wall. I'm going to fix it, but now I got to play it again. Hold on. Y'all heard it on the TikTok. 3 branches of humanity. That means he does not see you, black man, as the same type of human as him. This is why they can do what they do, because you're not human to them in the same way that his white brother is. We're going to talk about it tonight. This is an advanced class. If you're not ready for this, go watch other videos I've made and build up to this. I'm not pulling any punches tonight. Look at this cornball. But you know, it doesn't matter what I feel about him. Let's let you be the judge.
Well, after 3 weeks of focusing on the narrative of the prophetic curse of Ham that we have been delicately working through, and the prophetic blessings that we saw for Shem and Japheth in chapter 9 of Genesis, we concluded that there was essentially 3 branches of humanity.
This man just said there's 3 branches of humanity. This is a Christian pastor with a white collar on his neck that certain Hebrew Israelites would be pushing me to save and hold hands with. He believes in 3 branches of humanity. Do you see the psychosis? These people are crazy, bro. Wait a minute. Before we get started, we need a reality check. We need a reality check. We need a reality check before we get started. They hung you? Are they doing it? They froze my class. Look, they hung you, burned you alive, broke your fingertips off, and then mailed them to their friends. And then went to church. You dead. You dead. You crispy. Burnt. They took pictures by your charred body. The smell of your burning flesh didn't make them vomit and flee. I'm going slow because you got to think. Think for a minute. They dragged your babies until they disintegrated. The asphalt grated them like cheese. And then went to court, and 12 others of them said not guilty. He deserved it. And then they went to go eat, and then they slept good. That's a psycho. That's a sociopath. That's a monster. But I got Hebrew Israelites in 2026 telling me, forget all that. You're not going to make it to the kingdom of heaven if you don't love them anyway. What are you talking about, bro? They open the door, Dylan Roof comes in, everybody, these old people. They took him to get a burger. You know they did that. They didn't say, oh, you disgusting monster. You killed these good Christians serving sweet Jesus. You're a monster. That's my Christian brother. You gonna pay for this one, boy. No. They took him to get a burger. And then they those are aliens. Those are creatures from out of the abyss. And the onus is on me to be so morally pious that I still discern which of them is my brother in Christ, and my heart is still open to forgiving that one who did that. Or I'm a bad person. An Asian dude chased a young boy 300 yards and kept up with him. He's 61 years old. I'm supposed to believe that because we know the son is the one who shot him up there acting stupid. And I'm talking about what happened to our brother Cyrus. But let's believe your story, because they super cops when they stop you at a traffic stop. They know everything. But when they get into court, they short circuit and nothing makes sense. You know, Zimmerman, yeah, he was defending himself. I saw not guilty. Can we go home? Those are monsters. And I ain't talking about Zimmerman. I'm talking about the 12 jurors who said not guilty. This is what they want me to believe. The Asian dude chased Cyrus. Let's give him that. He chased Cyrus 300 yards and then shot him in his back and he died. But he didn't steal anything. He had a gun in his bag. He could have reached for it. Those people are dangerous. Those 12 jurors that said not guilty, those are monsters. And they said not guilty and went home and played with their kids, bro. My kids go to school with their kids. Our daycares are the same. We go to the same Target. Two bullies run down on Carmelo. He defends himself. The coroner says it wasn't an intentional stabbing. It was more of like a defense, a slicing strike, like get off me. Okay, he's supposed to be not guilty. That's the pattern, right? No, 12 jurors said guilty, 35 years. And then they went to church and praised Jesus, knowing that them kids is racist, and so is their dad, who's publicly racist on TV, and nobody's saying anything. Because he's one of theirs. Because they're creatures. They're hive mind. Yo, these are the dudes I'm at the water cooler with at the job. These are the people I'm in traffic with. He's right next to me. These are the guys I'm running on the treadmill next to when I'm at the gym. And I'm the animal, but I got to be so morally pious. I don't hate them all. But they never stopped. And their history is atrocious. They can do that because they are religiously programmed that you, black man, woman, and child, are a different branch of humanity that deserves different treatment. And don't say nothing and cry because you're a victim. But the Jewish man, when he tells us his story for the billionth time, we don't talk to him like that. And we send him money. They can, and I'm going to go into it in this lesson tonight where, oh my God, what the doctrine I got to reveal tonight. Those are monsters. I got to go on job interviews and talk to one and change my voice so he's comfortable when he's got the history of hanging my people, burning us to a crisp. Not just here in America, over the pond too. This is reality. And I got to worship the same Jesus he worshiped, but the things that would benefit me, I can't pray for them. I got to pray for things that benefit him too, or I'm a bad person. This is crazy. The Hebrew Israelite religion saved my life. I was going to put God down. Ain't no God. The world is evil. These people are monsters. I'm trapped on a planet with sociopaths that see nothing wrong with their behavior and take no accountability. And then they gaslight and reverse it on me and my people. And I'm trying to lead my people out of the darkness, and they telling me I got to love them or they don't love me. No, nightmare. That's where I'm at. And then God showed me the truth. And now my existence makes sense. And I have a deity who don't love me because he has to, because now all nations can be saved. He loved me from the start. And my spirit is at ease. And when we try to give you this religion, you reject it. But you fully accept this religion. You fully accept this one. Welcome to hell, because that's where we at. Look at this devil, man. Let's play that again. Let's make him famous.
Well, after 3 weeks of focusing on the narrative of the prophetic curse of Ham that we have been delicately working through, and the prophetic blessings that we saw for Shem and Japheth in chapter 9 of Genesis, we concluded that there was essentially 3 branches of humanity that we saw in Genesis chapter 9, and God has organized them into 3 particular stations, or what I would call civilizational stations of humanity. We saw that the Shemite nations, or the Semite nations, would be most blessed by embracing the Messiah that came from their line. We saw that the Japhethite nations would be most blessed by taking up the mantle of geographic expansion through Christian, faithful colonization, essentially spreading the gospel far and wide and the rule of Christ into many nations.
Yo, this cornball said Japheth is blessed because he colonized. So he believes he's a Japhite, and he's justifying colonization. He's justifying genocide religiously. And everybody in the church is like, it's okay what we did. We had to do that. It's okay we burned their forests down, destroyed their temples, destroyed where they live, their homes, their culture, their cattle. That's how we're most blessed. That's our station of civilization. That's crazy. And the scriptures don't even say that.
And we saw the Hamite nations would be most blessed by embracing their civilizational station of a form of national dependence or yielding to exterior leadership.
You're going to be most blessed by being a damn slave, is what this sociopath just said. You're going to be most blessed by being... See, they didn't teach it the way the Bible teaches it. They taught it so that white people could sleep good at night. That's a sociopath. Nobody in the world reserves the right to be more angry than us. You assassinated all my leaders, lied to me. You turned me into furniture, you monster. First chance I got to break your goddamn neck, I'm going to do it. That's how we're supposed to feel. We're some of the most well-adjusted people. I accept the history. I'm well-adjusted. I don't have hatred in my heart to the point where I want to harm you. I will pray to my God to free me from you and give me vengeance in his godly way. But I'm going to be able to go to McDonald's and stand next to you without tweaking out. And if you barbecue in your backyard and play music, I'm not going to call the police. Like, you're happy with your kids. Your happiness don't bother me, but mine does. My happiness angers these devils. Black people, some of the most loving people I've ever seen, bro. After what happened to us, for us to just be so loved, we love the white man, bro. That shit, but it's religiously instilled in us. And guess what he just religiously instilled into his entire congregation? Black people are supposed to be slaves. That's their national dependency. That's not a new doctrine. That is the origin of every Christian sect, that belief. Let's get into it. I got a document that we're going to look at tonight by David Goldenberg. It's called Black and the Slave, the origin and history of the curse of Ham. No, we're not listening to that devil no more. The hell with him. May the Most High smite him with disease and burnings and fires in his homes, and for him and his children. All right. And I said that. All right. Now, look, we're going to learn where the psychopath nature in these devils come from tonight. And it's not because Tyrone sells drugs and Jermaine is a gangster. Why we don't like you blacks. That ain't it. It's religiously injected into your DNA, Mr. White Man. It is your religion to hate us. I got some excellent notes. If you want the entire document, I'm uploading it to Patreon tonight. But I'm going to read from it. If I can make it large enough, I'll put it on the screen, but I'm going to faithfully read it to you. Okay. This is a more difficult class. You got to pay attention, bro. If you want to chew gum in the back with your headphones in, goofing off, my nigga, go somewhere else. I'm a former school teacher. I'm going to kick you out. This is for the people that really want to learn. If you don't want to learn, I'm not going to twist your arm. I never beg niggas to learn. Now, you're welcome. Someone did this research for you and brought it right to you. Niggas see a lot of words, their eyes start rolling back. It's all wet. Hey, bro, you want to hide something? You know where to put it. Now, look at this. The myth of Ham has been used to mean almost anything. In the myth of Ham in the 19th century, Sylvester Johnson employed the term to mean the belief that blacks descend from the biblical Ham. Others use this term as synonymous with the curse of Ham. St. Clair Drake calls it the Hamitic hypothesis. This study will not be concerned with the Hamitic hypothesis, nor for the purpose of clarity will I use the term myth of Ham. The writer feels that there is a Christian belief that has a duality of uses. One of the curses of Ham is eternal servitude. One of the other curses of Ham is to be this dark-skinned and this color. Watch me. Watch me. You need to know this. The Arabic word Sudan means black, and it can indicate a variety of dark-skinned people. It doesn't even mean you have to be from Africa. Negro and black are late medieval and early European words. Also, they cannot be identified with a specific ethnic group or geographic location. Did you know that being a Negro didn't always mean you were the son of a slave? Being a Negro just meant that your skin reached a certain level of complexion. Even white people were called Negro in the medieval period. Did you know that? Although Negro and black usually referred to black Africans, it can also be used to describe a native, an East Indian, and others. Even when referring to black Africans, the term it can be used to describe every conceivable combination from Central African to Hebrew African, Afro-Arabic, even African American mixtures. Moor referred to some of the Romans. Romans could be called Moors. In the Middle Ages, it indicated North African Berbers, Muslims, the ones who conquered Spain. Later, Moor worked for any Muslim. In addition, skin color and geographic contiguity, Moor was applied to non-Muslims and sub-Saharan Africans. For example, in the Christian work, The Cosmography of Aethicus Esther, they believe it's written by Jerome. Look at this quotation. This is from the year 730. We have seen the Moors from Ethiopia and Africa, the offspring of Ham from Cush and his descendants. So in the 13th century, there's manuscripts. Alfonso Wise's manuscript, it depicts a number of Black Africans who are always called Moors. Sometimes the terminology is more specific. They call you a Blackamoor to distinguish the sub-Saharan from the North African Moor. In short, all these terms, Cushite in Jewish sources, Sudan in Arabic sources, and Negro, Black, Black African, Ethiopian, and Moor in Christian sources are ambiguous. They just usually refer to darker skinned Africans, but not exclusively so. This author just told you that being called a Negro didn't mean you were the son of a slave. That's not where that word comes from. Anybody could be a Negro as long as your complexion reached a certain depth. It don't matter where you're from. That means they were going to call Iraqi that was dark a Negro, a Mesopotamian that was dark a Negro, a Hebrew that was dark. It just read it. A Hebrew that was dark, a Negro, a Roman that was dark, a Sicilian boy, them white boys, they get certain level of tan. He's a Negro. It's Negro. But you was taught that a Negro is the son of a slave in America. And that's why you got Dominicans. I know black. Nunca. I know negro. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Lock in. Look at what they teach. Look at what they teach. Fidel Castro said this. Fidel Castro said this. He said, Noah cultivated a vineyard. He produced wine and he drank too much. One of his sons mocked him, and Noah cursed him and condemned him to be negro. It is one of the things in the Bible that I think the church should change, because it seems to be saying that being black is a punishment from God. Did you know Fidel Castro said that? Did you know Fidel Castro said that? Where in the Bible does it say being Ham was turned black? Hold on, we got to talk for a second. Where did Fidel Castro get the idea that Ham's punishment was to be turned black? The scriptures don't say that. I'll go to the Bible right now. I'll go to the Bible right now. Hold on. I'll go to the Bible right now. Stop playing with me. I'll go to the Bible right now. I'm going to go to Genesis. I'm going to go to chapter 9. Okay? And I want to read, I'm going to start at verse 20. Okay? I'm going to put it on the screen for you. Calm down. Calm down. This ain't your everyday Sabbath class lesson from y'all. We're going to read tonight and learn why these people are psychopaths and what it means to be a Hebrew Israelite and why it's important that you stay true to this religion and you reject this let's save Esau doctrine that's permeating our truth. Now, look, Noah began to be a husbandman and he planted a vineyard and he drank of the wine and he was drunk and he was uncovered within his tent. Ham, the father of Canaan, saw the nakedness of his father and told his two brothers. Shem and Japheth took a garment and laid it on their shoulders and went backwards and covered the nakedness of their father, and their faces were backwards, and they saw not their father's nakedness. Noah awoke from his wine and knew what his younger son had done unto him, and said, Cursed be Canaan, a servant of servants shall he be until his brethren. And he said, Blessed be the Lord God of Shem, Canaan shall be his servant. And God shall enlarge Japheth, and shall dwell in the tents of Shem, and Canaan shall be his servant. And Noah lived after the flood 350 years. Where do it say that Ham became black? I'm getting mad. Where does it say that Ham became black? Where does it say that? Where does, I'm a broken record. Where does it say that Ham became black? Fidel Castro, a revolutionary, believed that the curse of Ham was to become black. Where did he learn that from? He talking about they got to change the Bible. The Bible don't say that. Where did he learn that from? You psychopath, you alien creatures is where he learned that from. Y'all told him that's the doctrine. You want me to believe that Ham is just black and Japheth and Shem are not, and they his blood brothers from the same father and same mother, but they just came out as white peoples and he came out as black? You just want me to accept that? Now being black makes you alien when the earth love you? And every indigenous people is the same color, no matter where they at on the planet? No matter what their features look like, they the same color? I look just like the Filipino, same color. I just look just like the indigenous Japanese, same color. I look just like the South American, same color. I look just like the Eskimo, same color. Oh, let me fix this, man. Making me do too much on this TikTok, man. A bunch of psychopaths religiously taught white people and Arabs that something was wrong with our skin, and it made them sleep at night while they cut our noses off and split our faces down the middle with their scimitar blades. And they slept that night because they felt like you was an animal. You were a different branch of humanity. And I ain't gonna have no mercy in that day. Ezekiel 25:14 is coming, and y'all cannot escape. And that's my religion, and you can't take that away from me. My God is gonna smite you devils, and he's gonna let me get some of that. In the meantime, I'll see you at Starbucks, Billy. I'm not a psychopath like you. Want to learn some more? In 1848, the anti-slavery minister, listen to what kind of person he's described as in history. The anti-slavery minister, John G. Fee. You know what that's going to do? That's going to have some idiot Negro saying, what about the abolitionists like John G. Fee? He was against slavery. All white people ain't bad. Look what the American anti-slavery minister said. God designed Negroes to be slaves. I'm going to zoom in. You don't believe me. You guys, when I talk, you guys don't believe the things that I say. You don't believe me. I'm going to zoom in. In 1848, the American anti-slavery minister, John G. Fee, believed God designed the Negroes to be slaves. Where did he learn that from? The Bible don't say that. It was religiously, it was like an IV drip into him. But not all of them are bad. He believed you was born to be a slave. He thinks you're subhuman. You want me to love this nigga? Fire for him. Worms that will not die for him and his children. What are you talking about? Are you stupid? The idea that blackness and slavery were joined by God served as an ideological foundation of the South's peculiar institution of slavery. Get that hate out of your heart, Joel. But you don't say nothing to these devils. That was in the past, Joel. In 1968, the American historian Winthrop Jordan, without specifics or bias, suggested that the idea of the curse of black skin was learned by Christian Hebraists in the Middle Ages from the Jews. The idea was then transmitted through the ages until it appeared in the New World. Jordan admits that his evidence for Jewish dependency is weak, but that has not prevented others from accepting it as a proven fact, although several recent studies challenged the rabbinic dependency. Yeah, and I accepted that when I read this, and then I kept reading, and then I learned more. You know what else I learned? The rabbinic source that Jordan cited says that during the flood, all those in the ark were prohibited from engaging in sex. Noah's son Ham had sex with his wife, and the consequence was God punished him by blackening his skin. So when the Jews tell you that the goy is an animal, he telling you that because he believe it. And he sees the Palestinian as a, hey, fight your own fight because y'all don't love us. Fight your own fight. Good luck with that. Let me read on. This document is going on Patreon tonight. Everybody need to see this. Mythic explanations are encountered also in dark-skinned societies. Okay? There was a myth told by an American ex-slave in which the original humans were all black and they lived in a cave. Those who slept closest to the opening of the cave were bleached white by the sun. You see how these myths get told? That's an old African myth for where white people come from. Because since the dawn of time, people have been figuring out what the hell is a white boy? Where he came from. Why he looks dead. Even the Bible says that. But when the Hebrew Israelite go out on the street and he teaches you that Esau came out red, consumed from the womb, as if he was dead, wasted away is he. When we tell you that, oh, that's hate in your heart. Everybody got that. The doggone of Mali say that blacks were created in sunlight, whites came from the moonlight. A Cameroon folktale says the same thing. It says the mountain spirit had two children that got dirty while playing. Their father sent them to wash. One jumped out and he was white. The other was afraid of the water and only put the soles of his feet and the palms of his hand in the water. And that explains why black people got light palms. You see, everybody trying to figure it out. What was white people taught? None of these traditions dehumanize white people so that you can brutalize them and sleep at night. Something's different about our spirit. But them, they want you to be a slave, bro. And I should be able to do whatever I want to you because God says so. So let me use the Bible that way. That was in the past, Joel. I started the class with a white boy teaching that yesterday. I started the class with a white boy teaching it yesterday. That was in a, Joel, that's a long time ago. I started the class with a white boy teaching it to his entire church yesterday. People in there like, no, wow, this makes a lot of sense. Oh my goodness. A medieval example of dark-skin etiology. Etiology is like where something comes from, the origin of something. Etiology. The medieval example of dark-skin, the origin of being dark-skinned, uses the biblical characters found in the Christian Vienna Genesis. It's an anonymous 11th or 12th century German poetic paraphrase of Genesis. Adam's offspring through the line of Cain were told, when they disobeyed Adam's command to avoid certain plants, their consequences were they were turned into monsters. These are grown adult white people in church believing this in the 11th and 12th century. The King James Bible about to come out soon. This is close to that time. Let me tell you something. There's in about 400 years, you're about to have a King James Bible. You was a slave for 400 years. The white man been racist for longer than you been a slave. It has been slow dripped into his veins, and you acting like he don't feel like that no more while watching him do the same things. Look at these police officers. They are wild. And I just watched the cop this week break a black boy's arm backwards who was on the ground with his hands in the air, and they cursed at him the whole way. But listen to the story. He was supposed to be a runaway, and they were supposed to be finding him. These devils turned into slave catchers mid-hero, forgot their mission, and 3 of them jumped on this 98-pound black kid and broke his arm backwards, and then realized what they were doing in the midst of it, and then tried to act like everything's gonna be all right when they broke his elbow backwards. Only reason I'm not playing the clip is because I don't want to watch that. And every time we show a clip like that, YouTube get mad at me like they did it. Remember we showed the video of the dogs biting that dude? YouTube shadow banned us for 3 months for showing that video. They did that. They released the dog on a surrendering black man who was on his own porch who had no weapons. They just felt like the dogs need to bite this nigga, because they religiously have been bred to believe you a different branch of humanity. Do you understand what I'm teaching you? And you try to tell me that I gotta love them or I can't see the kingdom. My God gonna destroy these people, bro. Not the one you gave me. The God you gave me, watch them brutalize me and bless them. And that was just taught yesterday. Japhet blessing was to colonize. 2026, white boys teaching that in church. Thousands of white people like, no, it makes a lot of, hold on. Look at the comments. I'm on fire. I can't believe this, bro. Yahweh come tonight. Brothers trying to shame me. What end is it for you if Yahweh comes? You better stop asking for that. Why? I want to stay with these psychopaths that don't see me as a human being. I just want to stay with them. Or do I have a God? What would I be asking my God for if I had one? Your religion is fake. Now, I think I got the video. Or did I close it because I got mad? I don't care. I'll open it again. Shut your bitch ass up. Now look at this. It says, look at the first comment. Look at the first comment. This is so great. Thank God for men like this. Few for now, but it takes a brave one to spark it. You want a lot of them around you that believe that? Amen. Keep going. Praise God. There were over 400 people arrested in Newport Beach last weekend. Families go there every year. There were riots and fights. I've never seen anything like that in Orange County. I was disgusted. That comment don't seem to make sense or follow the flow. She's saying there was too many black people. And this teaching is making it okay for me to despise them. Boasting in the flesh will lead to judgment. Somebody corrected him. Only one like. Seems like this will be the forefront issue in 15 to 20 years. Every person leaving a negative comment didn't listen, especially the Christians. This preacher fulfills Acts 20 and 39. God cursed Canaan, not Ham. This preacher is in full disobedience to Proverbs 30 and 6. The Bible foretold of evil preachers. You got one person, Lee Johnson, rebuking this devil. Look at the comments. I have known a few that do and have been hurt telling people things about that. The table of nations was no secret. People know ultimately, like Romans 1 and 17. There was no discovery of any theologian. This has been taught since antiquity. You got that same dude trying to make him stop teaching that. And look at the white people. You got that same dude. He made like 5 comments. The end of this earth will be like Noah. I don't need to give you the Bible verse where Jesus said that. You're smart enough. White people's colonization rebuilt the Tower of Babel, where God separated people to live by their own language and culture. Look at this person. White colonized America, Caribbean, Canada, Pacific Islands, Alaska, Australia, and Africa. In suffering, white people left the place that God put them and rebuilt the Tower of Babel all over. Unrepentant evil, no likes. Look at this. Look at this. You got it. Yo, read the comments. Like this person, though. Lee Johnson ain't going for it. I need you to understand that this was just taught. This is not an old video. This was 10 days ago. This man got 36,000 subscribers. And then when we show you the other guys like Jake Lang and the other white nationalist pastors, remember the one that told us to grow up, stop being a little boy. You made slaves because you lost, okay? He believes that we're a different branch of humanity. And then there's a billion white people that believe this but won't say nothing. We don't need you no more, devil. Tonight's class is for the education of my people. I'm exposing and showing them something with such visceral historicity. It is a necessary teaching. Look at this. They believe that Cain did something wrong. He ate a certain plant, and now all of his children are monsters, which they believe black people are a part of. These psychopaths believe in dog-headed people, headless people, the large-eared, single-footed people. These are called the monstrous races. They believe in that. Look, they believe that in Africa, there's people that got eyes in their chest. These the same people that thought the earth was flat. These the same people that you want me to love and just turn over my well-being. Now they're giving you data centers, the same morons. They burning all the drinking water to play with computers. It's the same people. They got an island where they eat babies. And you want me to be with them. Look, I want to show you what they think really exists. These people are so stupid. Let me show you this. They believe in something called a blemies, a blemier. All right. Oh my God, man. Oh God. I will put a foolish nation over you, a stupid nation that will have no regard for the old and the young. Look at this. Look what they believe in. This is called a blemier. Look at that. They believe that's real. They said they went to Africa and seen this. And then they came back and told stories. What you think that's doing to the mind of the people that they went back and told this to? It's a monster. Kill it. It don't matter if you kill it. I don't care. It's propaganda. Look how stupid they are. Look. A real hero will go into Africa and destroy these monsters. They believe in this. They believe that that's what you seen when you went into Africa. Oh, God. I will put a foolish nation over you. A senseless nation. Headless people with eyes in their chests. Is it okay if I go over there and slaughter them and take their land? They're monsters anyway. Yeah, it's okay. God be with you. The Most High gonna judge these devils. Now look, the notion that Cain is the ancestor of the blacks has a long history, right? It says, one of the books says he beat Cain's face with hail and it blackened his face like coal, and he remained with a black face. This biblical edition of Cain's blackened face in the Adam book was based on a misunderstanding or exegesis of the Syriac Bible. They've been making these mistakes since the Bible been out. And it's a likely source of the Adam book. The Syriac Bible says that Cain became sad. His countenance fell. They mistake that word became sad for the word black. So they believe that these people was believing for centuries that Cain became black, so black people is evil. And it was taught in church for centuries. Some of your church fathers that brought you the Trinity that you want me to believe this. But some of the most angry black Christians are ultimate universal salvationists, and they love the Trinity, and they talk about us like garbage, and they bring up the church fathers, and the church fathers think that they headless people with eyes in their chests. Oh my God. Oh God. Save me from these devils. Look at this. A rabbinic source says, and it might not be the earliest, but it's an extended midrash of the Song of Moses, Deuteronomy chapter 32, the eulogy. It says, the Samaritan scholar and poet, his name is Mark, who lived in the 3rd and 4th century, enumerated various punishments meted out to sinners. He said, Cain, Cush, and Nimrod received punishment for their actions. Cush, when he looked at his father's nakedness, was cursed and wore darkness, and so did all of his descendants forever. Remember, I read to you earlier that Christians who was believing this and still do really was taught this by Jews. Remember that? Does it say that? That's a rabbinic source that was teaching that? But you got black Jewish people that call us stupid, but believe in this. And oh. Oh man. Oh, there's so much information. What time is it? It's so much information. Let's get to it. Let's get to it. All right, I gotta make this smaller. Oh my God. The medieval Jewish scholar in his commentary, this is talking about Rashi, one of the most famous Jewish commentaries are written by Rashi. And I think he's French, I believe. Rashi wrote a commentary on the Ark story in the Talmud. You know what he says? And there's black Hebrew Israelites that quote Rashi like, yo, my man, our religion is perfect. Stop touching our religion and trying to bring these heathens into it, because these heathens believe these things. Look at this. The Cushites were known as black African people. And this undoubtedly accounts for the mention of Cush as the first to be black. Who said that? What Bible verse say that? So now you got these Jewish scholars putting their racism into doctrine and teaching it to Christian converts because Christians believe that they're the authority on the Hebrew scriptures. So they're learning religious racism, and then they coming into Africa and slaughtering our people, and then they seeing Negroes around them in Europe where we already was at, the Israelites where we already are, and now they treating us subhuman based on what they think the Bible interpretation should be, and the scriptures don't even say that. I will send a foolish nation against. Look what it says. A Muslim writer reports the Ark story, and he doesn't use a source, but he says the essence of the story, the change of the color, all of that should come basically from Jewish sources. The Muslim accounts constitute what is known as Israeliyat, that is, narratives of the Old Testament's events and personalities. And they're found in Tafsir and in the Hadiths and in tales of Muhammad. These narratives ultimately derive from those who accepted, interpreted, and elaborated on the biblical text. That is to say, Jews or Christians, often through converts to Islam. In regards to the Ark story, it is unlikely that Muslim accounts derive from a Christian source, since the only Eastern Christian writer who had the Ark story was Ishodad, and he lived later, right? But Ibn Hisham, on the other hand, used Jewish sources for this story. It is likely, therefore, that the Ark story in Muslim traditions derived from Jewish sources, most probably as oral elaborations. Don't they always tell you that? It don't matter what book, chapter, verse. We got an oral Torah. The oral Torah teach that you subhuman. You running to go be with them. It's so much to teach from this document, and I'm racing through it. Forgive me when I stumble. Check this out. There's a book called Comte de Gabalis, a French clergyman. This is a leader of a church. 1673, King James Bible is out. He wrote that God's intention for the world was that humans refrain from having sex. Instead, they're supposed to have sex with incarnated spirits. This is a French clergyman teaching this. He's over the church teaching this. What is he talking about? Look what he says. He says, after the flood, Adam's sin was caused by him having sex with Eve. Noah's convinced his sons to stop having sex, but rather have sex with spirits. But one of Noah's children rebelled, and against his father's counsel, he could not resist his wife the same way Adam couldn't resist Eve. So just as Adam's sin blackened his soul, Ham's lack of compliance blackened his skin and his children. And that's where the horrible complexion comes from. This is a French clergyman, Catholic priest, a man who has authority to teach religion, just taught you that your complexion is an abomination, and it comes because your forefather had sex with his wife because they was all sodomites who took vows of celibacy. And then they went and killed a bunch of Negroes and built a church. But we come and teach you, thus saith the Lord, verbatim Bible, and you make rooms about Hebrew Israelites being dumb. But you in a religion that was founded by people that believe that. I will never, ever, ever leave the truth. I will never do that. I will never start trying to bring the Gentiles in. I will never bring psychopaths into close proximity with my wife and my children on purpose. Never. I'm going to show y'all something. Give me a second. I got to find it. I highlighted everything, man. I highlighted everything. Hold on one second. Look at this. The Portuguese voyages, discovery in 1440s, and the development of the Atlantic slave trade. Arab merchants were the ones who sold black African slaves to Europeans. Why do they say that we sold our own people into slavery? Until the Portuguese voyages, the way the slave trade was ran, Arab merchants were selling black African slaves to Europeans. Them Arabs is Negro. The white man in his church tomorrow is going to say, hey, blacks sold blacks in slavery. Stop crying. No. Hey, there's a book called When I care about something, I teach a certain way. I get animated when I care about something. When I care about something, I teach a certain way. This book is called The Destruction of the Black Civilization. I don't know why the camera is backwards. I'm sorry. I don't know. There you go. The Destruction of the Black Civilization. And I felt like this book by Chancellor Williams was told from a black perspective. So some of the things in here, I needed a secondary source. Yes, I respect his scholarship, but just because he says so doesn't make it true, even if it glorifies me or empathizes with me, because I'm a human being and I'm fair. The creatures don't think like that. They think that you're not supposed to have sex with your wife or you're going to turn black. The monsters think like that. I don't know what they are, but I'm a human being. I'm not a different branch of humanity. I am the human. So you see what I'm saying? And something in this book stuck with me. This is page 47. The Destruction of the Black Civilization. He said, modern Africans and students of Africa have tended to emphasize the destruction and the impact of European imperialism in Africa, while ignoring the most damaging developments, which is the Arab impact before the European takeover. One of the most remarkable chapters in history, the Arab slave trade, is something that you got to study on your own. But now I'm reading a white Jewish scholar telling the truth about his own people, because he don't expect no niggas to read this. This is for white people to read. I just got an app that gives me access to certain books. So now this is a secondary source corroborating that before the Europeans took over the slave trade, it was led by Arabs. But I'm supposed to think that they my friends. Why you think they put a bodega in your community and sell you condoms and cigarettes and baggies for you to put weed in so you could bag up? They wouldn't sell that over in Iraq. They get thrown off a building for doing that. They sell it to you because you're not a human being, bro. You're subhuman in their mind. But you walk in a store and give them all your money and buy all their liquor and drug paraphernalia. Give me a break, man. Look. Put this back on the screen. Why y'all ain't tell me it was little, you couldn't read it? Make it bigger. Given the extensive influence of Islamic culture on Europe, because them Europeans was over there not bathing, didn't even know how to cultivate the land. Europe is a wasteland with no resources. A lot of people had to help the white man get to where he's at today. And as soon as they helped him, he threw them in a ditch and double-crossed them. But you want me to bring him into this glorious truth with me. And also you want him to rule next to me as a co-heir. That's the God you want me to worship, who thinks that that makes sense. That God is not protecting me. I worship a God that calls him Esau and says he's got to get off here. We have no use for him. He's a monster. That makes sense to me. That's a religion I'm willing to pass to my sons. Look, given the extensive influence of Islamic culture on Europe, which would have included views and attitudes associated with blacks in the black slave trade, it is surprising if Muslim perceptions of the black didn't influence Christian Europe. Several scholars suggest specifically that the long-standing enslavement of blacks in the Muslim world and the negative images that developed alongside influenced European views and attitudes towards Black Africans. James Sweet found that the racism characteristic of American slavery already existed in the culture and religious ideology of Spain and Portugal in the 15th century. Wide-ranging Islamic influence had profound effects on the thinking of Iberians, and in many respects charted the course for racial hierarchy. Sweet noted in particular, in the Muslim world, blacks were expected to be slaves. Gradually, Christians became acquainted with the Muslim system of black slavery and adopted the same set of symbolism and myths. And one of those myths was the association of blackness and slavery with the curse of Noah. Blackness quickly became a metaphor for servitude, and the curse of Ham legitimized the continued subjugation of Black Africans. Ten days ago, a white pastor got on a pulpit and taught 1,000 Christians that Black people are Hamites and are supposed to be in servitude, and that it was a blessing that whites got to colonize the world. That teaching, and white people would have you think, oh, that's fringe. That's just a couple people. Everybody's been a slave. You guys are being a victim. It's all in your mind state. Oh, no. This has been taught since the onset. This goes back to the sub-Saharan slave trade. You studied that, adopted those teachings, believed that, and then you carried it into the American slave trade. And then you pushed the Native American Indian into reservations and slaughtered all of the Arawaks and Tainos. Because you're a monster and you're a psychopath and you believe crazy things and you don't understand the Bible because it wasn't given to you. And then you want to be right next to me with Jesus. And you stupid idiot Hebrew Israelites, yeah, all nations can be saved. Does God lie? And does that make sense? Or does God say he's going to punish them for what they did to you and they're going to serve you? Why would you be in a religion where you're not the people that's going to be served? Why would you be in a religion where either you're the servant people or you better hope God loves you also, because now all nations can be saved? Hallelujah. Why would you be in that religion? That religion hates you. The God of that religion made you for no reason. What are you doing? What's wrong with you? You think I'm going to teach that to my people? I love my people. The best thing that ever happened to me was finding out that I'm the Israelite, and it made perfect sense. And the history and the archaeology line up. Remember, Negro? Remember? Iberian Afro? You devils, the truth is coming out. In the book of Revelation, it said that the earth swallowed up the flood. Priest Zabak told us that was the archaeology and the history. And that's what we're reading right now. And thank you, double honors to my elder, for bringing me out of the dunghill and setting me among princes. Now look at this. The earliest occurrence known to me of the dual curse, meaning if you're a Hamite, you're Black, and you got to be a slave, is in 1578. A Spanish missionary who served in Peru. That's why all you Spaniards are racist. Oh, I'll get on you, Issachar. You racist as hell because your stupid ass, these missionaries taught you to be racist, dummy. All you Argentinians and Brazilians, you racist because these missionaries taught it to you, stupid. We're the same people. You Native Americans talking about, oh, I'm not Black. Shut up. That's why Judah got to raise the tents, dumbass. See, I'll rebuke you. I'll rebuke you. I will declare in my religion that you are getting salvation and you're the chosen people, but I'll also rebuke you, foolish Gadite. I'll rebuke you because you're a moron. You accepted white colonialist thought because you think it helps you to be in close proximity with this psychopath. Dummy, when there's more of us than them. And all we got to do is be brothers. We don't have to be violent monsters like them either. We just have to live amongst each other in peace. And he'll show you who he truly is because he hates our joy. And then our God will break him into a trillion pieces. But you don't want to do that. You actually want to be him. You're Cubans and you're Puerto Ricans. You want to better the race. You want to marry white. Yes, you were doing it. I'll rebuke you. Don't you talk back to me. You were doing that. And your mom did teach you that. You should be thankful that we love you anyway. Because Judah could do this by himself. Ain't none of y'all was with us. And I'll get on you too, you Caribbeans. I'll get on you. Because you come here and you say the Yankee boy is a drug dealer and he's lazy. Don't you talk about my people like that. Because we love you too. Get your mind right. Don't become like the schizophrenic psychopaths. Don't start thinking like them. Get together with your own people. We waiting to love you. Judah is the most loving. Help me get my people together. The earliest occurrence known to me, is what the author is saying, is in the writing of Francisco de la Cruz. All you damn de la Cruzes that think you ain't black. A Spanish missionary who served in Peru. In his report to the Inquisition, he wrote, "The blacks, the Negroes, are justly captive. That's a just sentence of God for the sins of their fathers. And the sign of that judgment is a skin of that color." These are the missionaries that was coming to and fro, spreading Christianity. They wasn't teaching the Bible. They was teaching supremacy. Now black people hate the Bible. No, hate these devils. Hate the evil and love the good. The word of God is good. Love that. Hate the evil. These devils are evil. No, all nations can be saved. He's my brother in Christ. Shut up! They psychopaths. They think your black skin is a curse and you deserve less. And it's their religion. And they're hiding it. That's what they really believe. And gaslighting you. And they love to see you in that stupor, groping at the noonday, because that's the curses. But what did I teach you in the camp video? When you identify the curses, you beat them. When you identify the curse, you overcome it. You're not supposed to stay in it. Can y'all tell I'm passionate about this? After the establishment of the slave trade by the Portuguese, the dominant fact of the black existence in Spain and Portugal was his existence is not as a black. His existence is as a slave. The black entered the Western architecture of signs conjoined as fact and fiction. Black slave. See, he was black because he was naturally a slave. He was a slave because he was naturally black. To be a Negro is to be a slave. To be a Negro is to be a slave. This is what they believe. This is what they taught their kids, 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 taught their kids. And what you want me to believe is now they don't believe that anymore. And everybody's just waiting to see if I'm a good person. I got generational trauma. It's just instilled in me, and that's a reality. But the generational trauma of being taught constantly that to be black is to be a slave, that's not passed down. That's what you want me to believe. F you and your whole family. You're not going to lie to me and my people. I'm going to protect my people. I'm going to show my people the truth. A particularly vivid description of the curse and the emergence of black skin can be found in the writings of Anne Catherine Emmerich. I worked for an Emmerich. An employer of mine's last name was Emmerich. He was as white people could be. I'm saying that because these people still here. Their families go back. These teachings are family teachings. They're religious teachings. I just showed you 10 days ago. They're teaching it in church. These people didn't leave. They might be able to constrain it, but the thoughts of what they think you are still in here. Your job is to prove to them you're worthy, because to be Negro is to be a slave. You got to earn my respect. But what are we taught? Respect everybody. What are they taught? The Negroes got to earn your respect. What do we teach? Respect every. Do you see how we have to unteach you and break these mental shackles so that you can have some dignity? You're in a religion that destroys your dignity. You're in a religion that teaches that God loves you too, thankfully. But the Old Testament God ain't give a damn about you. But thank Jesus, now God likes you. I'm in a religion where I'm the chosen people and God has always loved me. We hit some hard times, but we about to be exalted again. And there's some imposters out here pretending to be us. I'm in that religion. And you want me to leave that and come to yours where I'm at the bottom. And God loves me too. And the people that exegete your religion think that to be black is to be us. Yo, I want to say some choice words, man. This German mystic nun was considered for the Vatican for sainthood. This woman, Anne Catherine Emmerich, is up for consideration to be a saint, according to the Vatican. You know what she said? This woman that the Vatican want to make a saint, you know what she said? I saw the curse pronounced upon Noah, upon Ham, moving like a black cloud and obscuring him. His skin lost its whiteness, and he grew darker. I saw a corrupt race descend from Ham and sink deeper and deeper into darkness. I see those black, idolatrous, stupid nations are the descendants of Ham. Their color is not from the rays of the sun, but to the dark source where those degraded races originate. The Vatican is going to make this woman a saint, and she thinks your skin is dark, not because you have melanin to protect you from the sun and you're perfect. Your skin is dark because you come from Ham and you evil. Let's make her a saint. Let's be Catholic. Let's be black and Catholic. Joke's on you, nigga. All them brothers out in the streets trying to teach you something, and you just mock us and talk down on us, and you black. I'd be so disappointed. I'm so disappointed. Look at this. Surprisingly, the dual curse of Ham was adopted by Africans and preached as a justification of slavery. A missionary in Tanganyika, now part of Tanzania, from the 1880s, was taught. He relayed to the Africans to whom he was a missionary to. He said, and this is what he taught to the Africans. Another man had 2 sons. One day the father forgot to cover himself and he went to bed. See how he's teaching it like they can't understand? He's not even telling them the names of the characters. He's not even using the Bible. He's just telling them this. Oh, you want to see it? Another man had 2 sons. One day the father forgot to cover himself and went to bed. So one of the sons saw his father and laughed. The other sons came to cover the father. And when he woke up, he said, because you laugh, you're going to be black and you're going to be a slave of your brother. To the other son, he said, because you covered me, you're going to be white and your brother's going to work for you. This is the reason why the white man is superior to blacks. It don't say that, but that's what was taught to you niggas. And then when we try to show you what the Bible really say, you get mad at us and talk about a Trinity and all nations can be saved. And we trying to open the book and read it with you. That's the ultimate sign of respect. We want to open the book and read it with you, but you accept these teachings and then you teach them. This is what blacks were teaching black people because the missionaries taught them that. I never seen this work undone. I never seen all you people that get online, Hebrew Israelites bad. Hebrew Israelites bad. I never seen you teach these missionaries bad. White and Arab folklore concerning black people bad. I never seen you say that. But we the problem. Read it again. He said, this is the reason why you as a white man are superior to us blacks. This was in 1966. A black man is saying this because in the 1880s, he was taught this. So in 1966, generation after generation after generation, into modern time, a black man is teaching this in the age where he can read books too and read the Bible for himself. He's saying whites are superior to blacks because of what Ham did 6,000 damn years ago. Shut up, nigga. Get in class. An African American in 1859 relied on logic and said, although it is customary to use the curse of Canaan against us as black people, Noah's curse wouldn't have amounted to much because both Asiatic and Europeans have repeatedly been in servitude. That's a smart Negro right there. Don't they say everybody been a slave? How come you Ham because you was a slave, but when you bring up slavery, the white man say everybody been a slave? This brother right here is smart. 1859, he already caught on to that. You see that? I'm teaching this, and there's a moron in my chat talking about the 12 tribes chart. And see, now look, Noah's curse couldn't have amounted to much because both the Asian and the European have been in servitude. Then he said, it's even more doubtful that while Noah is drunk, the curse really came from his drunkenness, not from his heart. This brother is thoughtful saying something like that. I've never heard anybody say that. And that's one of my ancestors that said that. Noah's curse came from his drunken anger, not from his heart. So Noah's drunkenness invalidates the curse. He says, I know that cursed be Canaan seems to come from the lips of God, but it really just comes from a newly awakened drunken man. Lot was drunk and he did something disgraceful. Yo, these are black slaves, freedmen rather, that were once slaves that are reading the Bible and coming to some very eloquent conclusions. Those are, I brought those out because I want you to see how deeply we think, fresh out of slavery. But they're telling you this book is not for you. Look how thoughtful those things are. I never saw nobody say something like that. Those curses come from a newly awakened, drunken man. Surely God loves us more than to make us those people that know are cursed. That can't be us. Are you able to think that way, Black Christian? Because, hold on, Black Christian, are you able to think that thoughtfully? Where was God when they were burning you alive and eating you? How come he didn't save you? He didn't love you at that moment? He didn't care about you? Black Christians don't like to think about that. And you don't have an answer for it in your religion. Hey, Nashville publisher Buckner Payne sought to prove that blacks were not human. He went a step further. He said, blacks are not human. They don't descend from Ham. They're beasts of the field. Look at the psychopaths we are trapped on the planet with. Are you mad enough yet? Or do you still want to be their boy? Are you ready to pray to the real God for judgment for these hateful monsters and what they did to us? Or is there Jedi mind trick of, if you're willing to forgive slavery and love me and let me enjoy my prosperity that my grandfathers gave me and love me even though we don't even think you're human? Somebody just called me, knowing I'm on class, 11:57 at night. What you calling me for? Probably calling me to troll me about the class. It's probably Esau because he hates what I'm teaching right now. Right? Do you guys think I'm just going to teach this and be safe? They assassinate all of our leaders. The things that I'm teaching you, do you think they like me? But are y'all going to be my brother and protect me and stand with me? Or am I just some internet personality? See, your love has to transcend just, yeah, I like how Joel teach. You have to believe that I'm a man of the Lord. And you have to have a reverence and respect for the work that I do because it's very dangerous. Look what this devil said. He said, the curse denounced against him that a servant of servants should he be unto his brethren. In that curse, that was against Ham. And it did change him. Instead of long, straight hair, a high nose, and thin lips, like his brothers Shem and Japheth, he was from that day forward kinky-haired, low forehead, thick-lipped, and black-skinned. And that's his name. And this curse affected all this. White people put a lot of energy, historically, into proving that we're ugly. Hold on. Part of your captivity is believing that you're ugly, that something is wrong with you and how you look. I think I'm very handsome and debonair. And there are men that are tall, dark, and way more handsome than me. Black men. I think the black woman is unbelievably gorgeous. She has no comparison. Do you know that for a millennium, you were trained to think you were ugly? What do you think that does to your psyche? Being bullied like that for 1,000 years. Forget it. God loves everyone. La la, Christian. That's what you want. I ain't doing that. Y'all dumbasses. And the Most High God going, though hand joined in hand, the wicked shall not be unpunished. Moving on. Moving on. I'm spinning my tires with you. A Presbyterian minister from Mississippi in 1857 said, Ham deserved death for his conduct. But God saw fit not to destroy Ham, but to mark him. All of Ham's children are either black or dark-skinned. And that's the mark of inferiority, which God put on them. Black, restrained, despised are the words used to express their condition. They bear the mark of degradation on their skin. And you want to tell me that they don't believe this, that the NFL owners don't believe this? And you want to tell me that the people sitting up in the Vatican don't believe this no more? And you want to tell me that the leaders of the Mormon church don't believe this no more? And the leaders of the Jehovah's Witness religion don't believe this? And the leaders of the Baptist religion and the leaders of the Catholic religion and the leaders of the Presbyterian religion and the leaders of the Pentecostal religion and the leaders of the Islam, the Kufi, the Sufi, and the Sunni, you want me to believe that they don't believe this no more? This is their religion. They didn't wake up and they Muslim. They was taught to be Muslim. And the people that taught them to be Muslim believe this. That's why I respect the NOI. Their Islam is different and puts them in the front. I respect them for that. Where we disagree is less important than what we agree on, because those is my Israelite brothers regardless. I respect them for that. I got love for them brothers for that, because they love my people. I got Hebrew Israelites that hate me, that make videos, go on the internet, make a video with my name in it, because they want to challenge me on doctrine and slander me. They never made a video say, yo, Yahweh gives back. He loved the people. He do all this, whoop-de-whoop. He's a helpful brother. No, they don't say my name till they want to challenge me. And they Israelites. Yo, do you realize we have an enemy, an eternal enemy that think you're not a human being? And you mad at me because I don't want to be with him? It's getting late. It's getting late. Look at this. Y'all seen this picture before? The Egyptians recognize different groups of people, but what's crazy is all these people in the front of the line are black. Got the dark-skinned brother, the light-skinned brother, the brown-skinned brother, interchangeable. Check this out. Hamitic Canaanite ancestry was at times used to explain what was seen as the servile character of the native. All the teachings is coming together. Remember when we taught you that when Columbus scribes said that the natives were so giving when we arrived, when they ran out of gifts to offer us, they started crying and apologizing. Instead of going, damn, I met the nicest people ever. I just left stinking Europe with sewages in the street and we defecate down our clothes, our bloomers, and we put poppies in our front pocket and posies to hide the stench of where we live. I just came to a paradise where the people are so nice, they cry when they can't give us anything. I love it here. No, that white devil did not say that. You know what Columbus did? We know what he did. You know why he did that? Because they felt like that loving nature that we showed them was a sign that we are Hamites and naturally servants. Because why would anyone be like this? They're psychopaths, sociopaths, violent monsters. And there's no end in sight of their behavior. They just repealed the Voters' Right Act. They just came together, repealed the Voters' Right Act. They had to debate whether or not child porn was going to be a reason you can't serve in the Senate. They had to debate about it. They had a deadlocked vote on can you create child porn in AI. Like they were arguing about that because some of these sociopaths felt like that's not bad. Bro, check it out. Check it out. Whoa. Real talk. Check it out. A black kid went to a bodega, looked at a water, put it back, got accused of stealing, chased out of the bodega, ran 300 yards, was shot in his back, and white people was like, not guilty. How could they do that? Because they don't think you're human. And they think that you deserve that treatment. And they feel like if the shoe was put on their foot, they'd have probably shot you too. So, not guilty. Where do you think that evil spirit comes from? Their religion. It was trained into them. Nolan is hanging out with a bunch of white kids, and he's the only black kid. But he wants to love the white man, and everybody's my buddy. Racism is all in your mind. And he goes and hangs out with them. And he dies, and he disappears, and the white kids come home with his phone, delete their Instagrams, delete messages on his phone. How could they delete messages off of his phone? That means that they had to open his eyes in his dead state and put the phone in front of his face so that they could get into it. And then their judge mom kept that phone and didn't do a manhunt to find the black boy. And you're about to watch a jury of 12 say, not enough evidence, not guilty, they're just kids. How can they make that decision? It's because that black boy ain't a human being to them. Because their religion teaches him he's just an animal designed to serve them, and he has no other purpose. And that's what you learned tonight, that this has always been what they've believed. And they believe it 10 days ago in church with a white collar on. They believe it at your job. They believe it at Target. They believe it at Walmart, where they shoot into your car and unalive a 1-year-old baby over supposed stolen diapers, and they don't feel bad. Because that was like shooting a deer. The Jesuit explorer and missionary Jose Gumilla, all you Jose's that think you better than black people and not black people, you only called Jose because a white boy named you that and made you like that name. Jose Gumilla claimed that the Hamites left their original land and came to South America. There, they were joined by Jews who had already been exiled from Israel. Wait a minute. I hope Micaiah is Micaiah. Who teach that the Northern Kingdom Israelites came to the New World and settled over here? Who teach that? I hope Micaiah is awake because he works hard. I hope he's up. We've been teaching that. And black Christians told us that we stupid for teaching that. White people say we made that up because we don't know the Bible and we need to become Catholic. Only to find out that everybody teach that, even Catholics, even white people. It's like everything is crumbling. All the lies is crumbling. Jose Gumilla claimed Hamites left the original land, came to South America, were joined by Jews who were exiled from Israel, and the two nations became what is known as the natives of South America. As proof, Gumilla states that Indians voluntarily accept servitude and are often drunk and they don't wear clothes. That proves that they are related to Ham. And then they destroyed all the natives and fed them to dogs and cut their wives' bellies open while the baby was still in. Remember the Alamo. We find the same opinion among writers from colonial empires. In a sermon from 1633, the Portuguese Jesuit Antonio Vieira, known for his excellent speeches, said to the slaves in Brazil, God's fire impressed the mark of slavery on you, the mark of oppression. The mark of slavery is your dark skin, which metaphorically represents God's anger. The French missionary, Maurice de Saint-Michel, said the same thing to the people in the West Indies. This nation carries on its face a temporal curse as an heir of Ham. Thus, you are born into slavery from father to son, eternal servitude. The Dominican missionary Jean-Baptiste du Tertre wrote to the French Antilles, I don't know what made this unhappy nation to which God has attached slavery and servitude as a hereditary curse, as well as the blackness and ugliness of your body. And black pastors right now will get in front of their church and teach that they are Ham. Why are you teaching that? Is it because the Bible say it? No, it's because your masters taught you that, and now you one of those black people teaching it to black people. 10 days ago, a white pastor is teaching it to his disciples. And I bet you they teach this in thousands of churches in the United States. Thousands of churches. I'm a Hebrew Israelite. This teaching don't work on me. I know too much Bible, but it will work on your aunt and your mother. And they're going to be going through life thinking they're less than religiously. And the white man going to be going through life thinking he's superior religiously. That's why when he meets us, he gets his feelings crushed. Because the Most High gave us a mouth that no man can gainsay. And that is the power of coming into the truth. You escape these shackles on your mind. You do what you want. You do what you want. I'm gonna read a little bit more and I'm gonna shut it down. It is possible that there was something in the culture of Western Europe that made white men have contempt for the physical traits of the African. It's just something in their culture that inclined them that way. A large part of that something was the negative value attached to color. And many studies show that that's deeply embedded. That's why the police is so violent with your black ass. It's your color. It's not black people are criminals. It's not FBI table 43A. Most of the white people that hate you never even had a run-in with a black person. You might, to this day, you might be the first black person that a white person has ever met. That's still happening. These white people are sheltered. They don't come around you. They don't go to church with you. They don't go to gyms with you. They just happen to see you in passing. That white officer, when you challenge his authority, it activates 1,000 years of you supposed to submit to me. How dare you? I'll make you submit. And they beg you to do something so that they can break your arm backwards. Even when you get on the ground and put your hands up and say, hey, it's okay. I can explain. Shut the F up. And they broke his arm backwards. If somebody in the chat send me a YouTube of that clip, I will play it. If somebody in the chat send me you know what I'm talking about. If somebody go and get a YouTube of that clip and put it in the chat, I'll play it just to show you this manifesting today. Winthrop Jordan believes that black skin represents sinfulness and their color is loaded with a meaning. You look that way because you did something wrong. You look that way because you're evil. You should be white like me. And they believe that coming out of the womb, man. That is in their DNA. And that's sad. And I don't think he's going to be able to change in time. And that's why the Most High said Esau has to go. But when we teach that the white man is Esau, you say, no, not him. No. And he taught this poison all over the earth. And you can't get away, Ishmael. So jealous of Isaac, you don't know what to do with yourself. You're going to be destroyed too. And the Lord's getting you now. Amos is coming to pass now. That fire on the wall of Gaza. Whew. Oh my goodness. De La Cruz wrote, blacks are justly captives by the sentence of God for the sins of their fathers. And that is the sign that God gave them, that color. I want to teach that. White folks are going to be justly captive. Ishmael is going to be a just captive. Ham is going to be a just captive for the sins of their fathers, and their sign is their color. I could do the same thing. I could do the same thing. I could do the same thing. If I'm paying for the sins of my father, which is why we got Jim Crow coming back, because 3,500 years ago, one of my forefathers, it don't make no sense. What God do you worship? Let's look at some Muslim sources, some Arabs. Abu Dar, an early convert to Islam, married a black woman because he wanted a wife who lowered him to show his humility. Man, black woman is a prize. But we got to teach her that. We got to teach her that her hair is beautiful. We got to teach her that her body is beautiful, that her lips are beautiful, that her dark eyes are gorgeous, that her eyelashes, her delicate eyelashes, that we like them, because the world for millennium has taught her that she is ugly. And she has birthed babies with that trauma. And Hebrew Israelites trying to change, and you fighting us. One Arab poet wrote, my enemies revile me for the blackness of my skin. He like, my mother was a black slave, but my father was an Arab. But my enemies hate me because she gave me her skin. Another early Arabic poet wrote, women shun me for the color of my skin. If I were pink, women would love me. But my Lord shamed me with blackness. He thinks something wrong with him. Officer DeRock, Johnny on the spot. Shout out to my captain. He ain't no officer no more. He's mighty captain. I want you to watch The Curse of Ham and the white man's belief that you're not human and he can handle you like an animal. I want you to watch it activate. The scenario is there's a runaway teen and the police are trying to stop him from running away from his mommy. That, to me, would require humanity. Hey, young man, you having problems at home? Talk to us, bro. Don't run away. Don't become a vagabond. Don't throw your life away. Hold on. No, we ain't going to take you right back to the house. You're going to talk to us. We got you. We're going to feed you. They fed Dylan Ruth. We're going to love you. They loved Zimmerman. But when these slave catchers saw a white, it's like a pit bull. When he sees something running, he got to chase it. When the slave catchers saw that it was a black child that was their target, that religious hatred that's been bred into them by their fathers, it activates. I'm going to let you watch it. I'm going to let you watch it. You've learned enough tonight to understand what you're about to see. You've learned enough tonight to understand what you're about to see. Y'all telling me it's no sound. Y'all telling me it's no sound. He ain't talking about nothing. He ain't saying nothing but what I said. I'll fix it. He ain't saying nothing but what I said. You ain't missing nothing.
They forced 15-year-old Cohen Everidge to the ground, handcuffed him, and left him crying out in pain.
Listen good.
That's when they discovered they had the wrong kid.
Get on the ground. I will tase you.
Police records say officers were searching for a 16-year-old runaway and believed Cohen was...
Hold on. Did you hear the white cop's pride? Look, get on the ground. I will effing tase you, dude. Dude, get on the ground. I will effing tase you, dude. Like, did you hear his hatred? Look at how little this boy is, by the way. Look at how little this boy is, by the way. Wow. A sister said his name is Judah. Wow. 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 Let me go back. The scenario is a teenager is running away. Not he committed a crime and he's dangerous. He's running away. He's a runaway. He don't want to be in his house. The white cop gets out of the car and sees a black and goes, get on the effing ground. I will tase you. Roar, roar, roar. They're monsters. They're absolute monsters. They're creatures of the night. They're monsters. They're the things that go bump at night. Do you understand how sick that is? Just why is he like that? Because religiously he has been bred to see black people, negros, as subhuman. Let's do this again. Let's look at this. Look. But I'm supposed to want to be in heaven with his family because they thought this, breathed this, knew of this, watched this, never did anything to stop this, But they didn't individually act on this. And they love white Jesus, so they're going to be in heaven with me. And it's Israelites that want you to believe that. One more time.
They had the wrong kid.
Get on the ground. I will tase you.
Police records say officers were searching for a 16-year-old.
Did he get on the ground, guys? Guys, did he get on the ground? Yes. Look at him. Look at him. Look at him begging. Look at him begging. Look at his hands. Yo, chill. Please don't hurt me. Please don't hurt me. Please don't hurt me. Please, look at him begging. Did we read it tonight? When these devils see that servitude, it activates in their mind, Hamite, subservient, harm him. We read it together. They perceive your servile nature as proof that you deserve to be brutalized. Tonight, when I send up the curses, I'm going to yell at the top of my lungs.
Runaway and believed Cohen was fleeing. They wrote that he ignored commands, resisted, and reached toward his waistband, making them fear he could have a weapon. Officer William Markle wrote that he pinned both of Cohen's elbows to the ground as officers handcuffed him.
They broke his arm right there. They bent his arm backwards this way. So my arm can go that way, okay? But if you turn my arm this way, to get my arm back, you either have to fracture my shoulder or you have to dislocate my elbow. They dislocated and fractured his elbow because he's so small. I got a little muscle tone. So you're not going to be able to turn me like that. If they force me, they're going to break my shoulder.
Come on, we're going to break it. Stop resisting.
Then the question that exposed the mistake.
Are you Armani? No. You're not Armani? No.
Police logged someone in custody at 7:56. 1 minute later, the log reads, "This is not Armani." The department's paperwork lists Armani as white and Hispanic, and Cohen as black. Officers removed the handcuffs.
Got out, we grabbed him, took him to the ground, and he's saying he thinks his elbow dislocated.
Fire rescue later said Cohen's swollen elbow may have been dislocated. The actual runaway was found a short time later. A use of force report was completed, but we haven't seen its findings. 15 days after that takedown, Markle resigned. His letter says he wanted to pursue other career opportunities and does not mention.
He didn't even say, I'm a hero. I'm a cop. I'm supposed to be a hero. You're supposed to respect me and see me as a sign of authority. And you're supposed to trust me. And whenever I tell you to do, you're supposed to do it. I'm a hero. He didn't resign because I harmed a skinny, helpless kid. I got crazy. I got filled with violence that I don't know where it came from. And I dislocated a helpless kid's arm who didn't even do anything. I told him to get on the ground. He got on the ground. But I was so excited with this unexplainable rage to be able to crush a Negro, that I did it to the wrong person and for the wrong reasons. I don't even know why I felt this rage as soon as I got out of the car. I don't know what came over me. I'm going to have to retire. I'm not fit to be an officer. This Peckerwood said he retired because he wanted to do other career opportunities. And a jury of 12 is going to look this way. And his police chief is going to look this way. And when I tell you that they animals and they're the creatures, they're the monsters with the face in their chest. They're the dog-headed monsters. When I tell you it's them, you say I'm racist. Go to hell. Go to hell. F you. Go to hell. These people are monsters, bro. If that was my son, what do I do? My name is Brother Yahweh All. I'm the lead instructor of the Sons of Thunder Israelites, and this document that we're reading from that is going to give you a deep insight into the psyche of Edomites all over the world and teach you why they are such monsters. I'm going to put it on Patreon tonight. And I'm going to put it on the basic level. All right? So everybody can read it. I'm going to send up some prayers tonight, and I'm going to pray that my God destroy these devils and free me from them. I don't want to spend another day here. And some loudmouth Hebrew Israelite that only cares about his camp and how many members he got is going to say, Joel is wicked. To what? Don't woe to them who want the day of the Lord. To what end is it for them? Hey, bro, I love my people so much. I want their suffering to stop. What happens to me is what happens to me. May the Most High have mercy. I believe in Christ. But I want the suffering to stop. I want the Most High to destroy all of these devils tonight for the crimes they committed against my people in the most horrific ways. And I want to have my hands blood free. I don't want to have to do nothing. I want my God to do it because he is the real God. The God they gave me allowed them to brutalize me in the most horrific ways, and they're still doing it. If that was my son, what do I do? That cop broke that kid's arm for no reason and twisted it backwards, and you still don't care. But I'm the bad guy because I want my God to destroy that devil. You need to do some soul searching and think why you feel like that on the inside. And what I'm going to do is keep believing the Bible and pray for the swift and sudden destruction to the daughter of Babylon, the wicked and sinful nation that taught for a millennium in confederate with the Ishmaelites, the Hagarenes, Moabites, and Ammonites, confederate with them, because they were all named tonight. All of those nations were named in violence tonight. I pray that my God breaks them into 1 trillion pieces, and I can hold my sons in both arms and we can watch it. And if you tell me that I'm wrong for praying to my God to do that, what God did you give me? What do you want me to pray to my God for? The one you gave me. Because I'm going to ask him a multitude of questions. Why he didn't protect that boy? Why he let the white man teach for doctrine that I'm not a human being and destroy me everywhere he found me on the planet, no matter how nice I was to him? Why did he allow that? And you don't have no answers for that question. So please join us as we send up the curses in the Lord's Prayer tonight. If you want to join us for that, please quote a number at the bottom of your screen. Make sure that your phone is on mute. We're going to do a righteous prayer tonight for judgment in the earth. And then after that, I'm going to put this document so that you can read it line upon line for yourself, because I'm only at page 194. This document got 360 pages of history of how this devil has perpetually religiously hated you. In all religions, he has taught that you are the subhuman and you somehow deserve this brutality that you experience day in and day out. Not the God I worship. The God I worship is going to save me. The God I worship is going to punish mine enemies with extreme prejudice for what they've done. And they deserve it, and they know they do. I want y'all to call in, but make sure that phone is on mute. Peace and safety to the elect in the four corners of the earth. See, your mind was conditioned to be okay with servitude and to accept brutality because you were bred to believe you deserved it. And in these last days, we're teaching you that you deserve rulership and happiness. You change your mind. You know what you change? Say it with me. You change the world. Thank you for watching. If you would like to support the body, you can donate via Cash App, PayPal, or Zelle. We are the Sons of Thunder. It's our heart's prayer and desire for Israel that they might be saved.
Let it move through the land. Friday night fire, let the whole place lock. Sons of thunder, let the whole room watch. Salute the general, I know where it's due. For the labor, for the warnings, for the work so true. Salute the general, but the praise go high to the most high, only ruler of the sky. Salute the general, let the whole camp know truth don't build itself. Somebody got the whole. Salute the general. but we keep it in line. Yeah, overall, that's the law every time. I seen men speak, but their words had no root. I seen loud talk die when it had no fruit. Then you see a man stand, year after year, still feeding the flock, still making things clear. That take patience, that take burden and fire. That take discipline when the flesh want higher. That takes standing tall when the pressure get thick, still keeping the book and the doctrine strict. So this one for the work and the way you carry, for the cold nice teaching, for the truth kept married to the law, to the order, to the field. Yeah, not bending for men, not changing the call. Oh, salute the general, honor where it's due, for the labor, for the warnings, for the work so true. Salute the general, but the praise go high to the most high, only ruler of the sky. Salute the general, let the whole camp know truth don't build itself. Somebody got the whole. Salute the general, but we keep it in line. Yeah, overall, that's the law every time. Yeah, this is for the standard that was set in place, for the sharp correction, for the straight no chase, for the brothers built up under heavy instruction, for the men learning order instead of destruction. This is for the times when the message cut deep, when the class got still in the room, couldn't sleep, cause the truth hit hard when it come with weight, and a real leader don't always make it feel safe. Sometimes it stings, sometimes it exposes, sometimes it show what a man don't know. But that's how I ain't get forged in heat. That's how lost men learn how to stand on their feet. No throne for flesh. Yeah, get the glory. Honor the labor. Now tell that story. Salute the general, honor where it's due, for the labor, for the warnings, for the work so true. Salute the general, but the praise go high to the most high, only ruler of the sky. Salute the general, let the whole camp know truth don't build itself. Somebody got the whole. Salute the general, but we keep it in line. Yeah, overall, that's the law every time. Y'all first, truth next.